show you how they get it when you
Dope boy, dope boy.
Yeah.
Tell you about that work, boy.
Yeah.
Ladies
Damn,
and gentlemen.
that shit give me chills.
Yeah, it's the world's most dangerous podcast.
Woo, Dope Dealers podcast.
You know what it is,
that
man.
Dope ass track. Who was that,
Yeah,
homie?
man, that is our theme song, Toby. They made that song just for us. That's
Although
all.
I didn't hear all. I mean,
Yeah,
once I heard Dope, that was enough for me.
Yeah, we're gonna get it into a little bit more. That's the homie Nam out of New York. Nam, man.
Okay.
He made that. That's my homie Jalil, is his cousin, and he also manages them. And Jalil been for a while been saying, "Hey man, I want to make a theme song for y'all show. I'm gonna have my cousin do it." We've been talking about it for a couple months now, and that's what he came up with, man. That joint right there, man. So shout out to Nam.
Much blessings.
So we're going to be playing that. If we don't have no other music, we'll play that, man. That's our little theme song, man. Shout out to Nam. It's called the Dope Life, man. The Dope Life. That's what's up, man. Dope independent music. You know how we do, man.
Send it in.
Send it in, and we will play it, man.
Yeah, now that's gonna be the main track, but we
That's
still
gonna be the main,
keep. Well, each week we'll still add another track.
Exactly,
but
man.
people keep sending it in.
It's your man Jamal Doman at Jamal Doman, JamalDoman.
Tobe Hixx, TobeHixx.
Yes, you can check us out on Instagram or Twitter, at Dope Dealers Podcast. That's Dope Dealers, Dealers with an S podcast. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. The name of that song, actually, I had it. It's called Double Life. It's called Double Life, and it's just made for us, man. It's going down, man. Episode 92.
Yeah,
92 was a great year. Yes, 92, man. It's going down, man.
Wasn't no great year, nigga. I was in prison.
Oh,
Fuck is
well,
you talking about? 92
great year
was
for
a
me.
great year.
It was a great year for me.
It was good.
I got a lot of pussy in 92.
I didn't.
Well, listen, it's going down, man. Tobe Hixx, we got first thing we do it for the military, obviously.
Yeah, man. The Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, the Coast Guard, the National Guard, the Bloods, the Crips, and the SA.
Yes. It's going down, Tobe Hixx. And Tobe Hixx, we had to do an audible for this week's show. We
had other plans.
Yeah, we had other plans. But today's show, Colin Kaepernick versus the NFL. Colin Kaepernick versus the NFL, just probably the most
NFL and Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, well, it's going down, and so we just gonna break that down because that's the most polarizing topic that's been talked about for the last week, man. So the dope dealers gotta have they say about it.
Yeah.
And we brought our homie in. When we do polarizing topics, we gotta bring our homie in to talk about it, man. So let's introduce and bring it right in so we can get right into it because we're gonna need this whole hour, man. We got a couple phone calls, call-ins later on, man. Ladies and gentlemen, he's been on the show before, called in. He's a Dope Dealer podcast regular, man. Writer, producer, boxer. You've seen him on everything. I mean, movies, commercials, plays. From Philly, ladies and gentlemen, Dannon Green is in the house.
What up, Hilltop Hustlers from Philly?
You know what it is,
and
man.
all the bros around the way. Woo!
Green.
You just had you're a cute dog,
yes,
right?
I am. We just had our Founders Week, Founders Day show.
Yeah.
How was that?
Man, at the Ha-Ha, it was
I was
packed.
trying to make it. I couldn't make it,
man. It was packed. Buddy Lewis hosted.
Yeah, I went to last year's show.
Doug Williams, another good
Damn,
bro.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, you might have been on the road. You was in town?
What day was it?
Sunday.
It was Sunday at the Ha-Ha.
Oh no! Sunday I did hosted a cheer competition. That was in the daytime.
Okay.
That was wild.
Yeah, but the show was great, man. But
hey,
man, you know the part I really love about you, how you introduced me now, producer.
Oh yes,
Because I finally did produce my first joint. We talk about that later. Yeah,
get
but
the bell for that, man.
Appreciate it, man. And it's always good to be with you guys, man. Me and
Well,
Toby's my main man, and I gotta give I gotta give a shout out to always Jamal. Because Jamal is one of those Philly dudes that's a real Philly dude. He came out to L.A. He did not change up. Anytime something goes down, my name gets thrown in the hat around him. And that was evident a week and a half ago.
We did Fox Soul.
Soul.
That's right.
They got the call.
Yeah,
so
check us out on Fox Soul, man.
I wanted to make that public. Thank you.
No doubt, man. You know how we do, man.
Yeah. And Tobe Hixx is this. He and I already know.
Come on, man. It's
my man.
It's solid. It's solid all the way around, man.
Yeah.
So listen, man. Colin Kaepernick versus the NFL. So let me just break. Some of you may have been living under a rock for the last week, kind of don't know. So I'm gonna just break down the timeline.
Big ass rock, man.
So as you know, Colin Kaepernick has been basically banned from the NFL for 3 years.
Blackball,
colluded.
The appropriate word.
Colluded against, and this is a fact, and it's a fact because the NFL paid him, settled out of court with him because they didn't.
Yeah, we fucked up.
They basically
it got $10 million. We did.
We don't know how much he got, but I'm sure it was a nice check. So about a year ago, or early this year, they settled out of court because they no way the NFL wanted to put their owners on the stand.
Him and Eric Reed, don't forget him.
Yeah, Eric Reed also. There's no way the owners wanted to put so he's been colluded against, and the NFL has basically agreed to it by giving him a settlement. And the story was kind of, even though, it was a lot of people still riding for Colin Kaepernick, to be honest, the story was kind of dying down.
Story was dead. Story was damn near dead.
It was pretty much dead.
And then out the blue, last Tuesday, the NFL called Colin Kaepernick his representatives.
Now remember, he hadn't heard from them over almost damn near a year.
Yeah, he hasn't talked to them
since they gave him the bread.
Yeah, so
he hasn't talked to them since the settlement. So out the blue, he gets a call. Him and his representative get a call. Say on a Tuesday, say, "Hey man, we want you to come. You want to do a workout for teams this Saturday." So it was 4 days to prepare.
Yeah.
And they gave Colin Kaepernick 2 hours to make a decision, yes or no. So Colin Kaepernick said yes. He said yes, I'll do it. So started this 4 days of negotiation, and a lot of people. I know on Tuesday, a team executive, when word got out to everybody that this was happening, a team executive, all the teams were caught off guard. None of the
because remember, none of the teams knew nothing about this.
Nah.
You got to make sure you put it all up in there, because that's the bullshit.
One team executive, anonymous executive, said this came out the blue. Like this is, and he said this is going to be a shit show. Like
They
were saying this on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Work out on Saturday.
Yeah, a lot of like where did this come from? So the NFL blindsided everybody with it, but Colin Kaepernick, agreed to the workout
because he was ready.
So it was starting,
because he worked out every 5 days a week at 5 a.m. for 3 straight years.
They gave him 2 hours,
and he looked like it.
They gave him 2 hours to make the decision. So now it started 4 days of negotiations and just trying to get it right. And then now we started seeing bullshit from the beginning because the NFL told him he can't pick his wide receivers. What workout?
How you just gonna throw the ball down the field to a nigga you ain't never worked out with?
Nigga, they called me up, Tobe. I had to catch balls on Saturday.
Hey, I don't give a fuck. Aaron Rodgers can't just throw dice to motherfuckers he ain't never worked out with before.
That didn't make sense. Also, they told him he can't film it. They said they will film it and send the
footage to him.
Send the footage to all,
after they edit their version.
Well, they didn't. Well, yeah.
No, they did say that. You got to get it all.
Send the
they told him they was gonna send an edited version, and they said at the end we'll give you an unedited too.
Okay, right. So Colin Kaepernick. So this started negotiation. What was another one? He wanted the media there.
Yeah.
They wanted no cameras. They wanted media.
Which we're gonna get into that because it's not usually media at a workout, but we'll get more into it.
But this is a different situation.
This is a different situation. I give you that. So this started this back and forth. So I was following this all on Twitter. Like on Friday, it was a lot of NFL people was like, I don't know if this thing is going to happen. People were like, it just seemed
we
like
didn't even know if Colin was going to show up.
Because it was a whole bunch of shit still going on.
And the NFL never, ever has free agent tryouts on the weekend.
It's
always on a Tuesday.
They have never done that in the history.
I'm glad you said it because I totally forgot. When Colin Kaepernick, when they came to him with his team, Colin Kaepernick and his team suggested to the NFL, well, let's do it on Tuesday.
He knew.
Yeah, when everybody could come.
Or let's do it the following Saturday. Give me more time or give us more time. And the NFL
take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it. We got to do it this Saturday. So that got a lot of people's spidey senses like, well, it's just weird because a lot of NFL executives was like, why are they doing this on a Saturday when so
that's like Chick-fil-A doing interviews on Sunday.
Chick-fil-A, yeah, that's a good one.
So
they not open.
So the day Saturday come, it's still negotiations are going on, and unbeknownst to a lot of people, the NFL gives Colin Kaepernick his team a waiver that he has to sign,
which is. So we can go ahead and be fair.
Yeah, go ahead.
They always give out a waiver to any free agent or even at
anybody,
the combine.
Because they don't want you to get hurt.
It's an insurance waiver.
I know, but I just want to make sure
that
the audience knows it's not that it's a waiver that, I'm going to let you talk about the waiver, but they always give out a waiver.
Yeah,
go ahead,
everybody get a waiver.
Go ahead, Jamal.
Yeah, but this waiver wasn't the usual waiver.
It was standard waiver that everybody else been getting.
It was some lawyer mumbo jumbo.
Shout out to Cosmo, the comedian.
Shout out to Cosmo.
What up, Cos?
A lot of mumbo jumbo. So it's still, this is Saturday, still shit is, is NFL is they agreed to his wide receivers by this time to let the man bring his own wide receivers. I think they didn't let him. They still was saying the media couldn't come.
This is what they said. They eventually agreed to the wide receivers, and they agreed to allow him to videotape. It wasn't about the media. It was about him videotaping his own stuff.
Right.
Kaepernick felt like, if I don't videotape my own stuff, it's like I just said before.
They'll show me in a
right, they
fucked
can
up
show
way.
me any way.
Yeah.
So
it was definitely distrust.
right. So there was no trust on both parts, but really on Kaepernick's part.
Right.
Okay. Now, one correction I want to make for you, Jamal, or at least give you some information. The decision to not do it was done on Friday by
it was
Cap.
done on Friday.
Because
okay.
Cap, that's when Cap and them said they did not agree with the waiver.
Right.
You can talk about the waiver, then you can keep going. Because
Okay, all right.
And you know a motherfucker like Mark, OJ's lawyer, know about waivers. Nigga.
Oh, yeah, hell
This nigga
yeah.
got OJ off a double murder, nigga.
Yeah,
And this nigga's
yeah.
backing Cap. He know what the fuck he's talking about. Mark Gallegos. I
no,
can't
that
really
is-
say his name.
Right.
I think they
properly.
did say Kaepernick team on Friday started making
Right, right.
plans
Because-
for doing it at a different spot.
right,
doing somewhere else.
because Stephen A. Smith tried to say that they knew what they was doing, and it was kind of like premeditated. And the thing was, it was premeditated because Kaepernick people knew that they could not leave Atlanta without having a workout.
Right,
They
right.
knew that
Yeah,
if
they
would
would have looked horrible.
They'd have looked horrible. But the problem was they knew what you're about to talk with the waiver. There was an issue with it. So of course they're going to start pre-planning, and that's what Stephen A. Smith tried to hold against Kaepernick, which he shouldn't have, because anybody's going to make another,
we're gonna get
adjustment.
we're gonna get
Go
all
ahead,
into
go
I
ahead,
just
go
want to
ahead.
take them
Yup,
to the
yeah, but
timeline.
Go ahead.
So Saturday comes, Kaepernick and his team decide not to sign a waiver and not to do the workout at the Atlanta Falcons facility. And Hugh Jackson, the former coach of Cleveland Browns,
But
was
why,
supposed to-
Jamal? Tell your people why he refused to sign.
because the waiver was some bullshit.
It was
Because
different than the normal waiver.
The waiver would have
said that he couldn't
released
sue
his
him
rights
ever
exactly.
again.
Exactly.
He could not have any
Basically,
legal
yeah,
action.
It was some
against
lawyer
him
mumbo
again.
jumbo that he may not be able. Yeah. So
And
obviously,
what's really ridiculous about that is that how the fuck did they think they was gonna shoot that past his lawyer? Like his
Right.
lawyer wasn't gonna recognize
Because
that.
Toby, that's a
How do
great
they
question.
think that?
Well, the reason they probably thought it, Toby, which is a great question, is because they put everything on a timeline with him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
nigga,
saying?
motherfucker rush.
Right. So they because like this, Toby. Let's go with the comedy part. If you ain't heard from the Laugh Factory in a couple years, and then Jamie calls you and goes, "Yo, Toby, on Saturday we're gonna make you a regular." You know what I mean? But you got to show out of town. You got to start making moves, and you got to do it quick to make a decision. You got to tell Jamie, I need to know tonight so we know whether to put you on the show. So what they did with Cap was they gave him 48 hours to make a decision. So now you got to make a decision. You're not only trying to make a decision now on whether you're going to sign a waiver, but who's going to be your receiver.
Yeah, you're trying to
who's gonna
get
be
your mental
so you got-
right
yeah, so you-
for the
yeah,
workout,
So you got so
everything.
much more to worry
Yeah.
about that your mindset, they feel, I believe, wasn't on the waiver, on the
right.
contract.
So 23 teams were in attendance, which is, a lot of people didn't think a lot of teams wasn't going to show up, but 23 teams out of 30 in the
23
league?
people. They could have been janitors, nigga.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
23 teams
Yeah.
representatives.
Wasn't no
Yeah.
executive.
Yeah, it wasn't no
Represent-
executives.
Well, we
Yeah.
already knew there wasn't going to be no
Yeah.
executives
Yeah.
on a Saturday.
It
anyway,
wasn't no
but
top
teams-
scouts.
No decision makers.
Yeah,
Right.
no decision makers.
Right, but let's go. Not all decision makers are at every workout anyway. It's usually, they send a team scout out.
On Tuesday they are.
On Tuesday,
Nah,
because
on
one
Tuesday
of the
they
ball,
are.
because one of the ball players said,
Yep,
on
this was
Tuesday, that's
documented.
when the GMs and stuff come, because
Right.
those are the guys that are eventually gonna make the decision.
Right,
so
right.
that's why they have it on Tuesday.
But I'm saying the people they sent,
The
some of them
only,
are respect-
way the GMs and don't
and-
show up on Tuesday is if that person's horrible.
Right.
And they doing a favor for
Right.
his uncle or something.
But it could be a team sends a scout there. The scout comes back with the notes. They also have the video of it. Now the team like, okay, I'm interested. Let's bring him in now for our own personal workout.
yeah, okay, but either
Yeah.
okay, but
Yeah.
you know,
and that's
more-
where the GM and the
Right.
manager and the coach are there. All right, so Saturday around 2:30, I understand, was when Kaepernick team let the NFL know that we're not doing the workout.
they made
here.
a decision. They made a decision at
moved it.
2:30 that they were going to move it.
Yeah. And I like that NFL, some people in the NFL was mad about the time and like you let us know. But so from what I understand, 8 team scouts made
Yes.
it over to the new,
To the-
which was
to the high
60,
school.
Which was
which
60
was
miles
away. Made
Right.
it over
North Atlanta.
So out
But
of 20,
Caps of G, he took it back to the high school. He's like, fuck it, I don't need great
So
facilities.
15
I'm
yeah.
gonna
That
do
means
this shit
15
on a
team-
field that was played on last night.
Yeah, and I also believe that was the case too, because like some people, like Stephen A. Smith said, I'll give him this much credit. You gotta, you got to make arrangements like that. You still got to sign some type of
Right,
release
right.
forms so we can use it. So that if you do get hurt on our field,
Yeah.
we can't sue you. So
right.
that's why I said
They
Friday.
had it set up
that's
on
why I
Friday.
said
Yeah,
Friday
they
was the
started
day
making
because
it.
they had to. that was probably the first place that they could find, you know, off the bat. Go ahead.
So he did have the workout. The workout was incredible from what I understand. He showed the arm strength. I think one NFL exec said
he had elite arm strength.
Still has elite arm strength. Still looks great and everything. And this is Kaepernick after the workout. He made it. He didn't do a press conference, but he made a short statement. So let's listen to his statement real quick. You ready, Paul?
Work you do for the people and telling the truth. That's what we want in everything. I've been ready for 3 years. I've been denied for 3 years. We all know why I came out here, showed it to.
I'm gonna take it to the top. Let's take it. Here we go.
Work you do for the people and telling the truth. That's what we want in everything. I've been ready for 3 years. I've been denied for 3 years. We all know why I came out here, showed it today in front of everybody. We have nothing to hide. So we're waiting for the 32 owners, the 32 teams, Roger Goodell, all of them to stop running. Stop running from the truth. Stop running from the people. We're out here. We're ready to play. We're ready to go anywhere. My agent, Jeff Nally, is ready to talk to any team. I'll interview with any team at any time. I've been ready. I'm staying ready. And I'll continue to be ready. And to all the people that came out here today to support, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. To the people that aren't here, I'm thinking of you. I appreciate you supporting from where you are. We'll continue to give you updates as we hear. We'll be waiting to hear from Roger Goodell, the NFL, the 32 teams. We'll let you know if we hear from them. Ball's in their court. We're ready to go.
So that was his statement after real strong statement. Some people criticize him for not doing an actual press conference. Did you guys think he should have answered some questions from the
No, because what good would that have done?
His job was to show.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing about people understand.
And
Stephen A. Smith made something
gonna get him
what's
on
question?
the team.
Yeah. His job was can you get it down to the field in 2 seconds, 40 yards, and he was doing it, 50 yards, and he was doing it.
And what's really so fucked up about it. I mean, like right now, currently, it's been fucked up the whole time. But the worst part about it is that the top 4 candidates for MVP are Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson,
and Mahomes.
Black quarterbacks that play the way that Cap showed niggas how to play.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm going to read the NFL put out a statement after this. I'm going to read the NFL. This is their point of view or their side of the story, I would say. We are disappointed that Colin did not appear for his workout. He informed us of the decision at 2:30 p.m. today along with the public. Today's session was designed to give Colin what he consistently said he wants, an opportunity to show his football readiness and desire to return to the NFL. 25 clubs were present for the workout, and all 32 clubs, their head coaches, general managers, and other personnel executives would have received video footage of the interview and workout shot by the Atlanta Falcons video crew. It is important to note the following. 1, as stated above, more than 3/4 of the NFL clubs were present for today's workout. Point 2, the NFL made considerable effort to work cooperative.
Here this nigga go.
Damn it, man, you're on TV.
To work with Colin's representative, we invited his agent to suggest questions for the interview. Yesterday, when Colin's representative said he wanted to bring his own receivers to the workout, we agreed to the request. In addition, Coach Hugh Jackson discussed with Colin's agent what drills would be run at the workout so that Colin would know what would be expected of him. Last night, when Nike, with Colin's approval, requested to shoot an ad featuring Colin and mention all NFL teams present at the workout, we agreed to the request. Now, Nike actually
they denied that. So that was a lie.
That was a lie.
That was a fat lie on Nike.
All right, so let's back
They ain't gonna let that nigga make no money off this shit.
On Wednesday, we sent Colin's representative a standard liability waiver based on the waiver used by the National Invitational Camp at all NFL combines and by NFL clubs when trying out free agent players. At noon today, Colin's representative sent a completely rewritten and insufficient waiver. So we find that's
the lie right there.
Yeah, that's bullshit. All right. So we didn't already found out two bullshits.
They sent a waiver back probably that was already different from what they sent. Yeah. So they sent the waiver that was different. Go ahead.
We heard for the first time last night, around the same time we heard from Nike, that Colin wanted to bring his own video crew. We heard for the first time this afternoon that Colin wanted to open the event to all media. We agreed to have Colin's representatives on the field while the workout was being conducted and to allow them to see how it was being recorded. We did so even though we have been clear from the beginning that this was a private workout. As is typical with NFL combines, one video crew was prepared to shoot and distribute video of the interview and workout. We confirmed with Colin representatives that they will receive birthday video that will be sent to all 32 clubs, as well as the raw footage from the entire event, which is unprecedented. The location Colin selected is more than an hour away from Flowery Branch. We are grateful to the Falcons who made available the club's first-class facility, along with athletic training, equipment, blah, 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 blah.
Hey, he
he
also moved it because Flowery Branch is where all the Trump supporters are, and they would have been out there picketing in front of that shit.
No, you're right. But what happened was this.
Okay, so
where they had it, there was Trump supporters there.
Yeah.
And what happened was there was only two. This is why Stephen A. Smith was really catching heat too. There was only two Kaepernick supporters. When I think the Kaepernick supporters saw that it was 300 to 2,
they rolled out there.
Then 100 and like Kaepernick wound up getting 100
and 50.
Yeah,
but Stephen A. Smith goes, it was all choreographed because he had supporters out there, which is a lie. The people came out after the fact that they found out that Kaepernick didn't have any supporters out there.
And why is somebody that you can support who you want in politics, but why is a Trump supporter worried about a football workout?
Because come on, man.
Yeah,
you know what it really is.
That's a whole different.
I want the question out there.
But that's a whole another narrative because in terms of it's true. But what I'm saying is, let's not lose the fact of what was really going on, and that was the NFL. Whether Trump support is going to be anywhere, but where the NFL put it out there, what they're saying, well, we did this for Cap. If you listen to what they said, we gave them all of these opportunities. They didn't. They did not mention that they gave him a timeline. They did not mention that he couldn't. They agreed to let him have his receivers after telling him he couldn't bring his receivers.
He couldn't have his receivers. You know what? That's like telling a motherfucking comedian who's been working hard for 20 years.
Yeah, you can't bring your
own openers.
Yeah.
So by Sunday, by Monday, shit hit the fan all over.
Hit the fan.
Everybody had their opinion about things, and we're really struck a light under a lot of people. It was your boy Stephen A. Smith.
A light?
Struck a match under motherfuckers.
A time bomb.
And the last thing,
let's on Saturday after this is all after it over, he posted this. And Stephen,
let me say this before we play this.
The
last thing I ever want, when you've live a life I haven't been in prison, all this shit, is to say something that a brother ain't acting right, but Stephen A. done fucked this off.
Yeah, I'm not saying, and I say Steve. I wouldn't. Some people call him a coon. I'm not saying he a coon, but you're doing some coon shit. Yeah. You're not an asshole, but last night you was doing some asshole shit.
Saying he a coon is too nice.
Oh wow. Let's. You know what? Before we get into that,
Toby was in jail,
mm-hmm.
and the worst thing you could be in jail is a snitch. That's one of the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
they ain't just in jail. That's
what he did was dry snitch on some bullshit.
Let's listen to a statement that set a lot of people off. Let's take it from the top. Here we go, Paul.
Man, I need some water on this shit, man. My mouth is mad.
So let me get this straight. Colin Kaepernick has been working out all of this time. Him, people in his camp, his close ones, loved ones, everybody talking about he wants to play football. He wants to play football. He's ready to play. Just give him the chance. So what does the NFL do? Recognizing that teams need a shield because they need something to hide behind, because they know that, guess what? If we bring this brother in for a workout and we don't like him or we don't want him, who knows what we're going to get accused of. We need cover. So the NFL provides that.
Wow.
I have no doubt Jay-Z's involved. I have no doubt Roger Goodell is involved. I have no doubt there's a host of people involved, but forget all of that. This man wanted a chance. 25 teams show up in Georgia at the Atlanta Falcons practice facility, state-of-the-art facility, NFL personnel, equipment, everything, video, everything. And what does Colin Kaepernick do? Not Tuesday, when he found out about it. Not Wednesday, not Thursday, not Friday, Saturday. 3 hours before the workout. Because of some issue with a liability waiver. Colin Kaepernick wants to change the venue. Colin Kaepernick wants his own receivers. Colin Kaepernick wants to video things himself. Colin Kaepernick wants the media. This Colin Kaepernick, media can't find him. He ain't done no interviews. He ain't talked to nobody. Media can't find him, but he wants to do it. He wants the media available now. You see, he don't want to play. He wants to be a martyr. But guess what? It ain't working this time. All of us believe that Colin Kaepernick would have showed out. And if he had showed out, I'm here to tell you, I believe he would have had a job inside of 2 weeks. But it didn't happen because he didn't show. He wanted to show up to a high school in Georgia. Not an NFL facility, a high school. And then YouTube it live. Like the average Joe out there gets to decide if he's on the NFL roster. You don't want to work. You just want to make noise. And you want to control the narrative. It's over. Colin Kaepernick's aspiration in the NFL. For an NFL career. It's over. Talk to y'all Monday on first day.
I remember he did the little hit. Yeah.
I'm disgusted.
So go ahead, y'all take that from here.
Toby,
Toby,
I got some notes, but you go, Toby. What you start?
Oh man.
Shit, drink some water,
man.
Toby. I don't want you faint, man. These
I'm-
motherfuckers, they're all bad.
That's how a lot of people felt when they seen that. A lot of people.
When I seen that Sunday, I was flabbergasted, man. I was just blown away. I was like, this nigga has really succumbed to these white folks. I mean, hey, man, you got a job to do. You got money to earn. You got a family to take care of. There's nothing wrong with that. But he could still be doing the same thing without making these statements. He know the damage he's causing to the to the black community as a whole.
Mm.
Now we got to be mad at another nigga because of some shit he said.
Let me tell you. You and I and Jamal talked about it earlier. One thing I never do, I never post without doing some research. That was a post without researching.
Yeah.
That was a post.
It was Sunday. That nigga was drinking, watching the game.
No, but it doesn't make it. He did the post before getting all the facts.
Mm-hmm.
That post came out. I don't know if it came out Sunday or Monday, Saturday or Sunday, but it came out quick. When you do that, he put his head out there saying, because he thought he knew all the facts.
Yeah.
Now, he said,
And he wanted deep down, that nigga wants Cap to be wrong.
Yeah, let me tell you why. Well, here's the first thing he said. The NFL, he said that the NFL did it so they can protect themselves. That's letting you know right there, they're not genuine, they're not being, what's the word?
Genuine.
Right, genuine in what they
want
wanted to do. That's the first thing. He said it. They didn't want to invite him in separately. Because they invited him in separately, that team didn't want to catch no heat. So they did it like a shield. They want to bring all the teams. That's the first thing. 25 teams, okay? Then he tried to belittle what the waiver was. See, he didn't know what was in it.
He ain't no goddamn lawyer.
So he didn't know what was in it. So he said, oh, he's got a little problem with some of the waiver.
Little waiver.
So
shit.
We're all comedians, and we have all done contracts and big shows. I have done commercials. We've done film. Every time you do a deal, every time I shoot a commercial, they give me a contract. And guess what my agent says? Take a picture of it, Dannon, send it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Take a picture of it and send it to me. Because her job and their job is to protect me, a.k.a. a lawyer. So what makes you think that Kaepernick being in the middle of all this stuff for 3 years, not going to have the best lawyers looking at his shit?
Colin Kaepernick's lawyer said that if he were to advise his client to sign that shit, it would have been gross negligence, and he should be disbarred. Any lawyer that let a client sign that should be disbarred.
It was people that wasn't. It was other lawyers on other networks and stations said, I looked at it, I could not advise my. So
yeah, Steven didn't. When he didn't, you could tell somebody from the NFL just gave him some information to. He didn't show up. He bullshit. And Steven didn't do his research.
All last week, that nigga said Cap will be on the team in 2 weeks for sure.
Yeah. And
nigga didn't know what he was talking about.
So then he said he didn't show up. And see, this is the bullshit. Because he did show up. He didn't show up where they wanted him to show up, because if he showed up and did it there, he would have signed off
yeah.
all his rights.
And that thing there, NFL stadium, NFL facilities, NFL equipment, motherfucker, he just throwing a ball to you. We can do that out on the street. You just want to see his arm strength. You don't need an NFL.
Hey, man.
It ain't like his arm strength gonna be greater in the NFL facility.
No, Cap could have threw that motherfucking ball from one end zone to the other. It wouldn't have made a difference.
Would have made a difference. Let me tell you something. Here's the problem, though, real quick, though, with Stephen A. Smith. And this is what I see with a lot of things he does on First Take. He doesn't see. He always talks about how sensitive the athlete is. The athlete is. When we talk about him, that's our job. But the athlete, he don't want nobody to come back. A.K. LeBron, A.K. Anybody else. Who else?
Kevin Durant.
Durant. He don't want nobody to come back at him. They don't want. What he said. They don't want to mess with me. Check it out, Stephen A. Your ass was sensitive as a motherfucker today.
Yeah.
Because one is you didn't look at the contract, so you didn't know what was in it. So once you saw the waiver, you still try to justify it. Well, what I was saying was how he should act. No, nobody gives a fuck how he should act.
I was actually shocked that he,
it was crazy.
That he admitted what T.O. said to him in the text.
Well,
when
T.O. had
said,
him.
You don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Yeah, and then he got mad at T.O.
I was surprised he admitted it.
Yeah, but he got mad at T.O. because he says, see, this is what I said. And this is what I say to any black person out there. And this is why I catch heat for. Just because you black doesn't mean you can use the black card. I'm a black man, and black people can't call you on your bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what happened. He got mad because he's like, well, I always spoke up for T.O. Yeah, well, nigga, so that's one incident.
All right, but let's not. Let's stay on Kaepernick.
What I'm saying,
we know Stephen full of shit.
So, but the problem on that is this: Kaepernick, every move he made was to protect himself, and his lawyers made him do it. Kaepernick didn't say, let's go to a high school.
No,
Kaepernick was at the crib. Kaepernick ain't heard from the NFL in a year.
All right. So we're gonna call in. We got a phone call gonna come in a sec. I just want a couple notes in how kind of break this down. To me, the percentage wise, I put 90% blame goes to the NFL, 10% blame goes to Colin Kaepernick. The only reason I give Colin Kaepernick 10% is him and his representatives have to understand you can't control every single thing. You gotta. It's got to be some give and take. Yeah,
it's got to be some give and take.
It's got to be some give and take. But 90% goes to the NFL.
It's got to be give and take. But you got to make sure if you're taking something, you got to make sure you
ain't
getting the
from the beginning. The NFL did not act in good faith.
Everybody
knew it from
Tuesday.
No, they know that.
They didn't.
Kaepernick shit in the water. Kunta Kinte shirt.
Well, you know what? We're gonna
slightly.
No, we're gonna come back to that. I'm gonna bring him because I got opinion about that too.
Right.
But before it's obviously a huge distrust between both of them.
Right.
Another thing the only thing I do agree with the Stephen A. Smith said is I do believe it was 2 or 3 teams who were interested in at least bringing him in, but they didn't want to bring him into their facility because of the noise. So they did go to the NFL and ask for cover. Like, we want to bring him in, and the NFL came up with this idea, like, okay, let's do a whole, and not all the teams. That'll give you cover. I do believe.
All right. Well, let's look at it like this.
That I do believe that happened.
Okay,
it was 2 or 3 teams that was interested.
But if that happened,
let's say that happened.
They were cowards. They didn't want to bring him into their facility.
Okay, let's say that happened. Why couldn't those same 2 or 3 teams call Cap and say, "Look, Cap, check it out, man.
We good. Yep, that's what I was saying.
You know, we really, would like to give you a shot."
Or bring you in for work.
Yeah, you know that. I mean, I'm calling you right now to let you know we would like to give you a shot here with the Green Bay Packers to back up Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
We want to give you a shot, but, man, you know all these white people in Wisconsin, they're going to be tripping if we do it. Can you do this for us, Cap? Can we work you out and you don't say nothing to nobody and then give us the opportunity to choose you in private and then just deal with the repercussions. We'll deal with the repercussions later.
That's a good idea.
Here's a better one.
That's a good idea.
That's a great one, Tobe, but here's a better one.
Yeah.
Here's a better one. You said there was at least 2 or 3 teams that knew they wanted Cap.
I believe, or at least wanted to take a look at him, but just didn't want to bring him in.
So if you're Cap, I'm call you up and I say, Cap, this is Jacksonville, and this is what's going on. This is what we're going to do. There's a number of teams that want to work you out. They want to check you out. At least that's what we've been hearing. I think you know about that. Okay? NFL.
This is the NFL.
Right. This is the NFL. What we want to do is this. We want to give you a date. Okay? When do you think you'll be ready to have a productive day? Okay, we know I need a week and a half. No problem. Now what I do as the NFL, I start prepping the media. Look, you know what? We're going to give Cap a workout day in Atlanta on Saturday. Now Cap has plenty of time to know I'm not going to get my Tuesday. I'm being devil's advocate.
Yeah.
I'm going to give the NFL the benefit of the doubt with
Yeah.
that. So we're not going to get Tuesday. You're not going to get the top people there. But what you are going to do is get enough time to prepare. Okay, Cat.
And that would have been give and take.
That'll give and takes.
yeah.
So now, well, Cat, what do you need? Well, I like to have my receivers there. Okay, Cat, you have your receivers, but this is what we're going to ask. Can we bring our own camera crew? Now, you put it up there.
Yeah.
I'm not holding you. I'm not forcing you to use my camera crew. What you probably say, since I'm saying, well, Dan, can I get my own wide receivers? Yeah. Can we have our own camera crew? You're going to probably say, yeah, all right, cool. You're not going to think nothing because we're giving and taking.
Yeah.
When you take, it's like a relationship. If somebody keep taking, then after a while, when somebody wants to give, you're like, nah,
And then they called
something's up with it.
They called this nigga out the blue and told him what he was gonna do and how he was gonna do it and when he was gonna do it.
And another point that a lot of people I think are missing is, where the fuck is Roger Goodell at? Where
He was with Jay-Z,
No,
nigga.
where is I'm dead serious. He makes $40 million a year.
To oversee this shit.
This is the biggest thing that's the
Dysfunction.
NFL been talking about the last 3 years. You make
Dysfunction.
$40
But the
million.
question
Why
is-
are you not down in Atlanta overseeing this?
Make
Why
sure-
are you not taking I'm the commissioner of this league.
He had to
This
know,
been-
Toby.
Get from off your
These
desk in
niggas
New
got
York
private
City.
planes. All he had to do is fly down to Atlanta, watch this
If
shit,
I'm
tell
Roger
people
Goodell-
that
They
they
can
go
have
to the game he
25
want
private
to on
planes
Sunday.
down there.
Listen,
and
if
back.
I'm Roger Goodell, on Tuesday when we make that phone call, I'm flying. Where, Colin? Where you at? Where you at right now? You in LA? I'm gonna fly out there. I'm taking charge. I want to sit down with you and the representatives to shake your hand, look your in the eyes, and be like,
And tell you
let's
what we
work
can
together.
do for you.
I'm
on
I'm
this
taking
workout.
charge. I'm the commissioner. I make
Right.
$40 million. I'm going to
48
take
million,
charge
by
of
the
this.
way.
$48 million a year. I'm going to take charge of this. Then I'm going to go down to Atlanta. So we're going to work hand in hand.
Okay, here's my other
To
question.
make
where
sure-
the
Here's
fuck
my
is
question.
Roger Goodell
But
at?
here's my
To make
question,
sure
though.
you get a fair chance.
Yeah.
That's
But
all
here's
he
the
had to
biggest
say.
question. Here's something that's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, the teams didn't even know nothing about it. So who put this motherfucker together?
It was there.
It's
Jay-Z.
the teams. It's the teams.
Well,
Jay-Z.
them two or
If the
three
teams don't even know.
It was Jay-Z.
Listen, we're
And
gonna,
hold on real quick on that. Can I just say something on that Jay-Z part, which is very good? Point you made. They keep saying that what Jay-Z was the one doing it, making moves, making
Jay-
checkers.
yeah,
Let me
people
finish.
just
Yeah,
saying that.
I know that, but here's the deal. Here's my issue with that. If Jay-Z, no disrespect to him, was really in the mix, then Jay-Z would have had a copy of that waiver to be able to take a look at it and say, yo, we about to have your boy down here, and we appreciate you one. Because Jay-Z was like, look, give my man
Hey,
a
look.
tryout. Give
Hey,
my man a
look. Hold on.
tryout.
Look.
So
look,
what's the
look,
waiver?
Look. I mean, why couldn't Jay-Z be there on Saturday? This nigga ain't doing shows right now.
yeah.
Why
that's
wouldn't
true.
he have to work
If-
out?
if
If
he
he's
was-
part
yeah.
of the NFL and he's working to help niggas out, why wasn't he there?
Yeah, why they?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
Exactly.
Well, definitely Roger Goodell should have been down there overseeing everything.
But the point I'm saying is everybody on social media.
Jay-Z should have been
He should have
supervising
been
them
there.
white folks.
He should have been there. I don't know
If-
about his supervisor.
If Jay-Z got as much clout as people try to make it seem like he got clout, we're gonna call my homie up, and he actually has his opinion about this, and we're gonna hear what he got. He may have a little different outlook about this situation. Might check 1 2.
Is he home?
Yeah.
He's probably out in the corners drinking
Take-
brew. Probably got a 40 ounce somewhere.
We're gonna get one more. I just texted
You
him.
Nigga, who
reach
still
the
drinks
point.
40 ounces? This nigga
Philadelphia,
said 40
we still drink quarts on the corner in Philly, don't we, Jamal?
Yeah,
Wow.
And they probably doing it in Nebraska too.
Yeah, it's probably a couple broke niggas.
Or the corner drinking the court.
So we'll call. We'll try him
Let
back.
me ask you this, guys, on an honest question. Why does a man have to audition for a job he had and was one pass away from winning the Super Bowl?
And why does he have to?
Can somebody explain that one to
why
me?
does he have to?
Why
does he have to like? What's the word? Grovel for it? I think some people were like, well, he doesn't seem like motherfucker. He got to kiss ass. They basically it seemed like some
In the
people want him
words-
to kiss ass.
In the words
to
of
get
the
this
West
job.
Coast legend, Dr. Dre, he started this gangster shit. Now, motherfuckers, they forgot. Cap started all this running shit, and they didn't forgot. They motherfucking, the NFL was dying down a little bit because of injuries, because of all this shit.
Because
People
Vic went to
scared-
jail.
Because people scared
Because
to
Mike Vick
started to be
was-
scared to let
yeah.
their kids play and shit like that. And Kaepernick's style of play rejuvenated the league, which has led to Lamar, led to Russell, led to Mahomes, led to Deshaun Watson.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I mean, and it was about to lead to Tua.
Welcome to the Dope Dealer Podcast. Welcome to the Dope Dealer Podcast. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. What's good?
Introduce yourself.
Oh, it's the boy. Yeah, I could say it's the boy. I ain't even gonna get into all that. It's Turae, man. Philadelphia's favorite comedian.
Turae is in the house.
Turae.
Right
Hey,
on,
Turae, I
How
think
you
is
doing,
this your
bro?
first time calling into the show? Is this your,
Yeah.
That's crazy because you've been mentioned on a lot of episodes. I don't know if you've been listening to us, but your name always come up in a lot of episodes.
What up, T?
I got
What's good?
Tobe Hixx is
Turae?
here and Dannon Green is in the house too.
What's up, too?
You listen. This is
Fellas, man?
What's up, boy?
It's Colin Kaepernick versus the NFL, man. I follow you on Facebook, man. I see you got a lot of opinions about it. We just wanted to break it down,
What's your
man.
point of view, homie?
How you feel about it?
Well, first let me say that, like, all right. First of all, yeah, he was treated unfairly. Yeah, I guess if you want to go on just fairness in the world, he should be in the league or be given an opportunity to play in the league.
Right.
That being said, I think, and I mean, I wrote like an open letter or just something. I wrote a paragraph about what I think is happening. I think because of the history of this country and who we allowed to get elected in the last presidential election, Black people wake up every day looking for revenge. Every day. And social media allows us a semblance of outcry, meaning on social media, we can say how unfair it is and how it's fucked up and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, my overall sentiment with a lot of the stuff be like, yo, this just didn't start 3 years ago. It's been like this.
Right.
Yeah.
So now that Trump is president, every day Black people see how they is, see how they is, and I'm like, it's been like that. That ain't no see how they is. They niggas been like this.
Hey, T, real quick, keep your thought. I agree with you on that, and I caught heat because I told people that the cops have been killing people when Clinton was in the White House, when Obama was in the White House, and actually when Clinton was in the White House, the laws were changed where more Black men were going to prison.
Right.
So I agree with you on that. Go ahead.
Right. So and you know what, Dan, because this is another thing that happens because of social media. Because of social media and the internet, we have a very discounted history, meaning cats won't go back but a week to find something out.
Exactly.
Nobody go back 5, 6 years. They stop in a week. But also what happens is when we debate things on social media, people bring in things that have nothing to do with what we're talking about. So, because I was about to do it myself, let's stick with Kaepernick, shall we?
Right.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, so this country not fair, blah, blah, blah. All right, now here's my thing with the boycott, because that's what it is what I was saying about Black people. Wake up, first word out, boycott. Well, do you know how to effective boycotts hurt something? Effective boycott triple something economically so that changes or at least conversations have to be had. What did boycotting the NFL do to change the way police interact with Black people?
Can you repeat that question one more time?
No.
I want to hear.
He said, "What?
Not one thing, not one time, and all of the things that Kaepernick brought to the forefront, all of the energy when they did when they had the rally and at the NFL headquarters. I'm like, why are y'all protesting in front of NFL headquarters when one police plaza is down the street?
Okay.
No shit. Every conversation, Jay-Z, Roger Goodell, where's the FOP representative? Why are we talking to the NFL about police behavior?
True.
Yeah.
That's true. But and would you?
Anyone in the NFL own a police organization?
Right.
So fine, people want to say, well, it's the same interests and white people this and white people that. All right, but one's a business and one's a government law enforcement agency.
Right.
Two different things.
Right. But
I
AT.
saw something today.
Okay, go ahead.
I saw something today that a senator said he's going to get into this thing and see why the NFL's been keeping Kaepernick out. Now?
Yeah. That's real talk.
Now?
Yeah. But you know what, hey,
For years.
T, and
The
T.
NFL Players Union, headed by DeMar Smith, a black man, ain't said shit on
Right.
Kaepernick's behalf.
Right.
Right.
But let's say this too. I will say this too. I agree with you on that part because here's the whole issue I have with the Kaepernick thing. This guy was sitting down. He wasn't even kneeling. Came out. Cameraman caught it. Bam. We already know the fact. We went away. We allowed. And this is what I blame black people on this part. We allowed the president to hijack what the real issue was.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was I had problems with the athletes on this part. When Kaepernick was taking the knee, nobody was taking the knee with him, right? Nope. It wasn't until Trump said, "Fire all the son of a bitches," then all of a sudden everybody got their nose up in the air saying, "Oh, he called my mama a bitch. I'm taking the knee now." So I felt like nobody was really rolling with Cap in the beginning. In saying that, though, I believe that what's happening now is, if you notice, the police are sitting on the corner laughing at all of this because their names haven't come up in none of this situation. So now we got black people going at black people, like Toby said just a minute ago, black people burning up at Stephen A. Smith because he's going at Cap.
That nigga can't go to no barbecues no more.
Shoot, he can't go to any barbershop, not a real one.
He don't need to go anyway with that goddamn hairline. He should just cut all that shit off.
He don't go to no barbershop.
So, Turae, so what you're saying is I agree with on a lot of that. I also, though, this is what I do believe. I believe that it wasn't about boycotting, because right now we never stick to the gun. But I think what's happening now with black people is, or some of us, is that we're starting to be able to look and read between the lines. And most of the time we don't do that. That's
doing
what
that the whole. We knew it was fucked up between the lines the whole time. This shit been
no,
going
Toby,
down.
but you're right. But a lot of times black people and people in general, let's say people in general, they'll see a headline on social media, and without really reading the story, they'll make a post and not be on point with nothing.
Yeah.
So what happens? Right. So what's happening now?
That was happening before social media.
And I believe that's an example we can use with Stephen A. Smith. Before he really got the real information, he was like, I can hop on this shit right now and burn the flames.
Okay, well look, this nigga didn't have 48 hours to realize he said some shit that didn't make sense. Why hasn't he made another comment and said,
because he can't.
He can do it like this. He could do it like this. He could say, look, you know what? I did say a few things, but I got to be honest with you. Unfortunately, I didn't have all the information at the time.
What y'all doing is the shit that's perpetuating the dumb shit. Y'all arguing semantics.
Okay.
So give me an example. Give us an example.
I love the Avengers whole storyline because I got it. I understood it. I understood where Thanos was coming from the gate. All y'all don't deserve to be here. It ain't enough room for everybody, and the resources don't last for everybody. Half of y'all niggas gotta go. Now, was it his decision to make? No, but what he said was the hardest decision required the strongest will. And his daughter's like, Dad, you don't know that. He said, I'm the only motherfucker that knows that. What I'm saying to you is, in game, what's in game? This man don't want to play football.
You believe he don't want to play
football?
You believe he don't? You believe he don't?
Why
believe that.
Why he work out for 3 years? Why he work out for 3 years at 5 a.m. 5 days a week?
If he'd have showed up Saturday, signed whatever waiver, balled out, and they signed him, boom, he's on the Falcons. Let's say he's on the Falcons. Well, Matt Ryan don't get hurt. 2 weeks in, you know what you hear? They just signed him to sit him on the bench.
Okay, do you believe he didn't sign the waiver just not to sign the waiver, though?
Let me finish. Matt Ryan blow his knee. They put Kaepernick in. He throws 5 picks. They got a fucking microchip in the ball.
Hey, but you know what? But hold up, T-Ray. But I'm gonna say this though. No matter what you say though, you have to be given the opportunity though, T.
So basically,
and that's what
he should have just gave up.
No, and here's where you're wrong. What 3-year absence from the NFL athlete has ever just been given the opportunity.
Well, let's put it this way. How
Michael
about
Vick was
No, no,
close.
no, no.
Yeah,
Michael
yeah.
Vick was close.
Yeah, Michael Vick was close.
Well, but what athlete? Because there's a dude by the name of T.O. that swear he can still play.
Michael Vick went to prison and somebody picked him up.
Michael Vick went to prison and somebody picked him up, but what did they do? The fact that he went to prison is like, yeah, they picked him up.
Okay, so that's an athlete.
He was gone for 2 years. He was
No.
locked up for 2 years.
Vick was going for 3 years.
He was going
What
for
did he go to? This is what I'm saying.
Turae, though, but here's
Look,
Turae,
I
this-
don't know
go ahead.
exactly how many seasons he missed, but I know he was locked up for 2 years.
But here's my
so it
point,
could have
though.
been 3
Turae,
seasons.
whether it was 3 years or 2 weeks, here's the issue. If the man didn't sign the waiver because it wasn't one, because you didn't make mention of that. Hold on, let me finish. You didn't. Go ahead.
Saturday. You always Saturday. 3 years. 3 years.
So he should have just stayed at the house.
So you say he should have signed the waiver.
Hold on.
I'm not saying he should have did shit Saturday. I'm saying this shouldn't have came to Saturday.
But that's
None
not
of this.
him. That's
Well,
not,
none of this should have came to Saturday. He should have never been out the league.
Hey, it shouldn't have came from Tuesday to Saturday, T. They shouldn't have called him on a Tuesday and say, you got to do this on Saturday. None of this shit should have happened.
First
If we
he-
looking at it like
Okay,
that.
So, I call you on Tuesday, book you for $150 show in Texas. You coming?
No, I ain't coming.
When you gonna tell me that?
I'm gonna tell you that when you
When
tell
you
me you're gonna give me
ask.
$150.
Yeah, in Texas.
I ain't gonna wait to get to Texas. But here's the deal, though. No,
What happened with him?
but they gave him that
They only-
waiver on.
I saw
They-
what he tweeted on Tuesday. On Tuesday was, I've been waiting for this for 3 years.
yeah,
Wait.
but
for
that was
my-
before the waiver came.
No, it wasn't. They sent the offer at one time. It all comes over at once. You got the right to deny it right there.
Hey,
What
but-
he did was
hey.
not- and I believe, I'm not saying, listen to me. I believe at that point he already, like he said, I've been waiting for this for 3 years. He knew what he was going to do Saturday. He knew wholeheartedly what he was going to do. And
No, so hold up. So you,
Same
Toby,
way they
I mean,
knew.
Teray, you
Yeah,
believe?
the same way they knew, Turae.
Hey, Teray, so you believe?
He's more powerful and effective right there. Like I said, when you put him in the league, then what?
Then he
Because
gets to
he's
he
taking
gets to
a-
earn a
Then-
living.
And no, I'm saying, Teray, when he gets in the league, when you put him in the league, then either he's going to do well,
Or he's gonna
or he's
fail.
going to fail and be out the league. But at least he had he got his chance.
Why does he deserve a shot in the league?
I mean, you know.
Unless you really
Teray,
believe.
all them bums that's playing quarterback
I'm
in the
not
league,
saying
you
he
know
don't-
that, bro.
Listen,
It's some
Okay.
bums.
okay.
If did anybody ask? Hold on. Has anyone ever asked Cap did he really wants to play?
Act of fairness. The NFL is a business.
It's not a fair. It's not a fair. You saying it's not fair?
I ain't got. Can I tell y'all how on that podcast up there?
Can you what?
Is it fair that I ain't been on that podcast?
Okay, man, you listen.
That's
You bring
funny.
I'm
any
saying I should have been on that.
anytime
podcast.
you come to LA, nigga, you win.
Man,
How
I
long?
should be on that podcast no matter what, no matter who y'all got up there, no matter what time I show up.
Yeah, when you come to LA, you
Yeah, but you was never on the original podcast, so it ain't like you lost your job.
Yeah.
Should be.
What you talking about? It ain't what you should be. Nigga, it ain't what. It
That's funny.
ain't like, yeah, if you was on the podcast, the original Dope Boys, and then
Yeah.
they kicked you off, yeah, nigga, you should be on the
Dope
podcast.
dealers, dope dealers.
Dope dealers. I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah.
Dope dealers.
Hey,
Or beyond that, here's another thing nobody's looking at. Do y'all have another league for this man to play in?
no, it's
Yeah, the Canadian Football League.
no, ain't no league. Ain't no.
Do
Ain't
y'all
no.
have another
There's no-
professional level
It's nothing.
football league?
No,
Can I,
it's nothing.
Turae, can I say one
Hey,
thing
you
too?
know they coming with that other
Let me say this,
league.
Turae. Can I say this to you though, on the real? Everybody listen to this. If the NFL, this is what, and Turae, I agree with some of the things you're saying. So I'm not going against everything you're saying, but this is what I really want to say on the history of it. If the NFL didn't have a history, because you got to remember, we just really started letting black quarterbacks and black athletes do certain things in the NFL. The NFL history was this. In the 40s and the 50s and part of the 60s, black man couldn't play center. Black man couldn't be quarterback.
Middle
Black man couldn't be
linebacker.
middle linebacker.
Wasn't
All
smart
three
enough.
positions. Then it moved on, okay? Now, if the NFL didn't have a history of people like Warren Moon and Charlie Ward, who won the Heisman, not being allowed to play quarterback, then people wouldn't feel like there was a system that wasn't
bullshit
right.
going on.
Now, yeah, then we brought in McNabb, we got Vic, We started getting some, Warren Moon came back to the league.
Yeah.
But we still wasn't allowed to. This is not about Kaepernick being a black quarterback allowed to play. This is about a man who took a stance, bro. So whether he was out the league for 2, 3, 4 years or 2 days, he's being held out, not because he's not an athlete. He's being held out because he stood for something that he felt was important. Now, you may say, and other people may say, it shouldn't have been done at that time, and maybe you're right, and maybe you're wrong. But he still should not be punished for standing up for something that he believed in. And go ahead, Toby.
I mean, and the thing is, like, even with the Kunta Kinte shirt, some people say, even people who support him say maybe he shouldn't have wore it. But goddamn,
the Kunta Kinte shirt,
but
really?
But goddamn, Jim McMahon had a headband on that said "Fuck Roselle" on Sunday when the games are being played.
Yeah. And let me say something about that
with
real
the
quick.
whole world watching.
Let me say something about that to everyone out there in terms of what you wear. Let's put it towards what a woman, related to women. A woman could get up in the morning. Women usually get dressed up because they feel good about themselves. Would you guys agree? When they get dressed up.
Correct.
Sometimes they get dressed up for a man. Sometimes they get dressed up for themselves. A lot of times they get dressed up for another woman. I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be getting outshined. When they go to work with a high dress, skirt or a blouse cut.
Or heels
or whatever. That still doesn't give, in their mindset and in reality, the man the right to go ahead and get Google eye and say something disrespected. Would y'all agree?
Yeah.
That still doesn't mean that she cannot do her job just because of the way she dressed. So in terms of the shirt, he may have had the shirt on. It still doesn't mean that Kaepernick can't do the job. Whether he had the shirt on or not.
Listen, if you're really tripping over a Kunta Kinte shirt, like,
that's all cute.
He wasn't getting in anyway.
Whether it's cute or not, it's true. I mean, being cute and being true is two different things, Turae.
Hey, that nigga could have threw the ball from one.
Y'all could argue the 60s and 70s. What is the end game, and how can you running your mouth daily niggas affect it? You can't.
Well, we can't affect it, but at least you're going to bring light to it. Hey, it's a lot of things we can't affect. T.
You cannot affect the NFL's bottom line.
I don't think anybody's trying to affect their bottom line. Well, no, we did affect the bottom line, at least.
Give him a job.
But listen, but
Turae, saying it like that, Turae, then that's just like saying Martin Luther King should have just sat back and not said a motherfucking word. Malcolm X shouldn't have said shit.
I'm not saying you're not supposed to say nothing, but what I'm saying is for 3 years you've been talking.
But Turae,
he ain't been working for 3 years.
But Turae, Turae, we gotta wrap. Turae, we gotta wrap it up. But listen, But listen, the Colin Kaepernick story was kind of quiet. The NFL brought this up. They called
quiet.
him.
It was quiet. It was dead.
I mean, it was kind of dead. The NFL called him up and started this whole shit back up by,
Y'all don't even know what's coming up next. The owners meeting is coming up next. I'm trying to tell you, the NFL about to be so far past this. You know what?
They was already past it.
They was already past it, though, T. We're not the ones bringing it up and making the heat.
Niggas have forgot about. I mean, not necessarily forgot, but niggas really didn't give a fuck no more. T. You
niggas
know
was
that,
watching
man.
the game, going to cookouts and having parties for football.
Exactly. Y'all had forgot about it.
They brought. That's what's so wrong about them bringing it back up.
Yeah, T.
Kaepernick's still unemployed, still fighting a good fight. But what y'all do? Forget about it. Why? Because y'all so revolutionary, right? Don't forget the revolution, baby.
All right, so hey Turae, we gotta wrap it up, man.
Hey,
We appreciate you calling in, man.
Hey T, but I got a question. Hey T, I want to ask you a question, T. One question, T.
How y'all forget about it?
Hey T, I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
They forget about Malcolm.
Hey T. Turae, I got a question for you though, Turae.
Hey Turae, we gotta wrap it up, but
I got a question for you.
Dan got a question for you.
You got one question. Hey, can you come out to LA for 150?
Yeah. Hey Turae. Hey Turae, we love you, man. Definitely. When you come out here, you know we got you, man.
Great work, man.
All right, Big T.
Great work. I'm proud of the podcast. I'm proud of you guys. Keep doing y'all thing, man.
Thank you, man.
No doubt, man.
All right, T, we'll holler at you, boy.
You can check him out at Comedy Turae, at Comedy Turae.
Say hello to the Hilltop for me.
Yeah, so listen, man, we can go hours about this subject, man, but I think we covered everything, man. Real quick, the Kunta Kinte shirt I don't really have. I mean, the motherfucker it wasn't like he was going in a Fortune 500 company where he's supposed to wear a suit and tie. Motherfucker, you on the field with a t-shirt on. Motherfuckers yes, it was symbolism, but I mean, come on, man.
It's just the optics of it.
Yeah, it's so, hey,
but
it is what it is.
And I know y'all got to go. I want to say one last thing. Let me say something. if Kaepernick was given an opportunity to fail, I don't think anybody would be saying anything. So again, I understand what Turae is trying to say, but I don't, because it doesn't make a difference if it's 1 week, 3 weeks, or 3 years. If you're being denied the right to make a living on what he had to sue the NFL. People sue their jobs. If you go to Ralph's, Toby, and fall down and break your back, you're going to sue.
At work, I'm working at Ralph's.
Even if you ain't working at Ralph's.
Yeah, but I mean, if you work there, you getting.
But let me. But
what
I want to do is that's what most people are going to say. So I'm going to go even against.
Yeah,
I'm going to go
working.
I'm going to go another level. If you fall down at Ralph's and break you hurt your leg, that don't mean you ain't going to stop going to Ralph's and shopping. If you sue, because you still got to eat.
Yeah.
So. Just because Cap took money from the NFL,
that makes no sense.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people file complaints on their job
and keep
still
working.
That's what I'm saying.
Still
So,
working at the company.
So I can't, and people just want to use that as an excuse, bro. Stephen A. Smith was dead wrong. You know it, and I can't let my.
Fuck Stephen A. Smith. We know. Dannon Green is on the fuck Stephen A. Smith.
Well, the reason is this because, and he's a bro.
Gotta wrap it up, Dan.
Yeah, he's a bro. But the point is because this man, at the end of the day, like we said earlier, he has a platform every day. Yeah. 2 hours plus the other 2 on radio. That's 4 hours. That's
across
20
the
hours.
Nation.
Did you read that?
That's 20 hours a week that he has, bro, to put out information.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. We appreciate Dannon coming down and joining us, man. Dannon, where can they find you at?
Oh, man, thank y'all for having me, man. First of all, y'all, you two brothers are my main guys. Tobe Hixx I call Tobe when I need something. Tobe pop right up.
No doubt.
And the same with you, Jamal.
No
so
doubt.
I appreciate y'all having me here. You can find me on Dannon Green, Dannon, or Green, Gren, on Facebook, and Dannon Green 66 on Instagram.
Okay.
I don't tweet.
All right, Tobe, got anything coming up?
I'm chilling this week. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to get well.
Oh, no doubt, man. So listen to us. Please subscribe to us, rate us, review us, spread the word, man. We got a phone number that you can call if you want to talk to us. It's
818-335-2065. 818-335-2065.
Please go to iTunes, leave a review. And, if you leave a review, take a screenshot of it, send it to our Instagram, DM us the screenshot, and we'll send you a free T-shirt. You know how we do it, man. We love you guys, man. Shout out to the troops one more time, man.
Army, Navy, Air
Hey, I'll be
Force,
coming
Marines.
to the Guam, Korea.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm great going tour to do
Dugard.
Alaska with Dugard. So if you're a Marine or service or whatever military, we'll be in Korea, we'll be in Guam, and we'll be in Alaska December 3rd through the 20th.
Definitely.
So
man.
y'all can find that.
Yeah,
And that's some
yeah.
funny individuals. Y'all come out and support.
God bless the military, man, and that's on the real.
Dope dealers.